Hi there, this is Gary Ryan Blair with a great little message titled, Veni, Vidi, Vici. Better yet, I came, I saw, I conquered. Now, quitting smoking, losing weight, starting a business, or even writing a book. See, for anything you want to achieve in life, the steps to achieving it are easy to search for, come up with, write down on a napkin, and follow. Yet every day, people continue to smoke, to gain weight, stay at a job they dislike, and never write a word. Every day, they do the exact opposite of what they say they want to do. Why is that? Well, stick around a minute and I'll spill the beans. But first, let's talk about strategy. See, life is sport, and all sport is an ongoing, relentless battle between offensive and defensive strategy. Offensive strategy exists to advance your position, to score goals, to put points on the board, to beat the defense, in short, to win. Defensive strategy, on the other hand, is to hold ground, to prevent the offense or opposition from scoring. And if you look closely, you'll see that both offensive and defensive strategy share a similar strand of DNA. Let me explain. Each one is designed to neutralize their opponent's strength, to locate flaws, weaknesses, and vulnerabilities. They both are designed to destabilize and to debilitate their confidence of their opposition, to interfere with focus and concentration, to create and plant seeds of doubt. They're designed to cut off or reduce competitive options, to force or intentionally create a mistake, to disrupt any form of forward momentum, and to break their opposition's will. In short, both offensive and defensive strategy is meant to impede the successful execution of their opponent's strategy. So what does it have to do with you and I? Have you ever wondered who or what is your greatest competitor? I'm talking about the single greatest opposition force that stands between you and your goals. The one primary thing that prevents you from unleashing your greatness. Have you ever wondered why you flinch, second guess, freeze up, choke, and even feel overwhelmed when thinking about or attempting anything outside of your comfort zone? Well, there's one word: resistance. Resistance is a psychological chokehold. It's toxic mental waste that's harder to kick than a heroin habit. Resistance prevents writers from writing, painters from painting, actors from acting, salespeople from selling, and leaders from leading. Resistance is the culprit behind every unhappy marriage, every hidden vice, every unmet goal, and every unfulfilled life. Behind resistance is pain avoidance, and dealing with pain demands strength that you may not think you have. Resistance is the reason why you make the wrong decision, even though you may know what the right one is. Resistance explains why people live two lives: the lives they live and the unlived, bold, daring, and beautiful life that they wish they could live. Resistance has evil intentions. It's the voice of doubt. It undermines your confidence, and its endgame is your total and complete destruction. Resistance is a true supernova. It's hell-bent on extinguishing your star and enjoys watching you implode from within. Resistance makes you flinch and focus on the negative or the positive, on what's bad instead of what's good, on the reasons why you can't, rather than why you can. And standing behind every act you're unable to do or challenge that you shrink from, resistance is there, just like a puppet master happily steering you off the edge of a cliff. Do not even think about underestimating the power of resistance. It's real, and its mission is transparently simple, and that is to bury you, to suffocate your dreams, to prevent forward progress, and to turn the lights out on your future. I know of no enemy, no competition or opposition force more insidious or vicious than resistance. Resistance is a world-class ball buster. It's an enemy that poses a clear and present danger to your future. And facing resistance is hard. It means seeing the lies that you tell yourself. It means facing the fear behind them and handling the pain that your journey demands, all without flinching. Resistance is a serious competitive problem that warrants a serious and sustained competitive solution. And you must wake up to the reality that you either learn to conquer resistance, fear, procrastination, or any form of self-sabotage, or you will be conquered by it. So it's in the private interest of each one of us to protect against resistance, to not flinch in its presence, for the simple reason that the cost and the consequences of resistance are difficult for any of us to ignore. The high price of resistance is commonly imposed for the harshest of lost dreams, compromised self-esteem, broken spirits, hopelessness, and other forms of real and lasting pain. Resistance is on a self-centered, never-ending power trip. It will consistently lob grenades at everything that you attempt, and it lives to keep you from doing your work and making your impact on the world. Resistance, without a doubt, is a nasty competitor, the defensive son of a bitch which does not play by the rules. And this vile demon will always work to undermine and crush your belief in yourself. It will always call for and demand your resignation letter. It will ruthlessly attempt to extract a pound of flesh. It will constantly goad and prod you into quitting. And it will focus on killing your spirit and making you feel unworthy. But you must remember that success, self-esteem, and self-confidence always hangs in the balance. I repeat, success, self-esteem, and your self-confidence always hangs in the balance. See, resistance is unworthy of your companionship. It's an unwanted visitor, and one which you've allowed to take up residence in your mind. It's a rat bastard that must be dealt with aggressively. A resistance is unique and then immediately engages the fight or flight mechanism, and you never know how you're going to react until you're confronted by it. You must be mindful that resistance is never a reason for quitting. It's only an excuse for those unwilling to face their doubts, their insecurities, and their mental boogeyman. Therefore, if you're ever going to find your greatness, you must decide that what you want is bigger and far more important than the resistance force which prevents you from achieving it. See, resistance is an engine of destruction that understands nothing but brute force. It will not respond to logic nor emotion, and it must be conquered through the strength of your character, the force of your will, and a commitment to your goal. And to overcome the defensive, unsportsmanlike conduct of resistance, you have no choice but to deploy a strong, relentless offense. You must develop an indomitable spirit. You must develop an unbreakable will, a relentless resolve to rise above the dirty tricks and the diabolical mind games of resistance. You must choose to put resistance behind you, to stare it in the eye, to walk straight through it, and to advance towards your goals with confidence, with conviction, and with certainty.